Do you know what it's like to believe in yourself? Like so much so that you would be willing to defend your ideas or your dreams to anyone who wanted to question you? I don't think most people do. I think self-doubt is common enough in our culture that you were probably already questioning yourself. So I want to give you an embodied experience today of what it is like to have conviction. Because if you're a high achiever, then conviction is often a missing ingredient between living a life that makes sense to others and one that makes you happy. And we're going to work with a little bit of self-hypnosis, and all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. And we're going to be working with the concept of a resource state, which is basically just practicing embodying a feeling, in this case, the feeling of conviction, so that you can apply it in other areas of your life where you need it, like in office. This is positive, self-directed neuroplasticity, and as Dr. Rick Hansen says, you practice an emotional state, it becomes a neural trait. In other words, second nature. And I've been inspired to share this resource state from the book Unbound, A Woman's Guide to Power by Kasia Urbaniak. And she does amazing work on power for women, although I think it's relevant for any humble, high-performing person who can be hard on themselves. And she doesn't call it a resource state, but that's what it is. And it is designed specifically for legitimizing your visions and your desires. This practice is for backing yourself. So go ahead and relax into your seat and start to tune into your breathing. Probably makes sense to shut the eyes or softly focus the gaze. Begin to notice the belly rising as you inhale, and with each exhale, allow yourself to get a little bit heavier in your chair. Sink in a little bit deeper to the space and to the moment. And then let's do a few breaths where you breathe out for twice as long as you breathe in. So that might be like counting 1, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, that's right. Keep going with that. And we are going to now tap into the energy of conviction and create a resource state. So imagine that you are in a park with a child. And it can be your child, it can be a friend's child, it can be an imaginary child, but this child is in your care. And a stranger walks over and says, I'm going to take this child for a walk. Just us two. Is that okay? Allow your natural response to arise here. Notice what happens in your body and what happens in your breathing. What do you know to be true? And you likely say, absolutely not. And so the stranger says, okay, well then I'll just take them right over there behind that bathroom. How about that? Is that okay? And again, feel what you feel here. Feel your clarity, feel your conviction, feel how you know, how every cell of your being knows the answer. Now let that scenario fall away and call to mind your current dream, something that is dear to your heart. And know that the same level of conviction that you felt in the park is available to you here. And I want you to imagine going out into the world with this same level of conviction backing your dream. Okay, once more, let's toggle back to the park. Let's imagine a stranger wants to take away the child that you are with. What do you feel? You are absolute. This is a knowing. It is clear. It is simple. And what you are experiencing now, by the way, is the difference between knowing and believing. Believing leaves room for doubt. Knowing is certainty. Let this same certainty sink into your dreams. Good. Now rubbing the palms together, you may open the eyes. Noting that this was just a micro practice, you can take this so much deeper. But my goal today was to give you a little taste of what it is like to have full conviction and to sense what it might be like to have that same level of conviction around your dreams and your truths. So if you liked this video, please leave me a comment below so that I know, and I will see you in a future video.